Hello, my name is Tyson Carroll. This is my wife, Jennifer. And we are the owners and operators of Integrity Marble and Granite. It's a stone fabrication shop for kitchen countertops mostly, for a little over 16 years now. So I've been self-employed for quite a while and went from general contracting, building homes and remodels and things like that, and that kind of gradually, about 16 years ago, kind of evolved into a granite countertop business, and gone through some hard times and been through some testing circumstances. But 16 years later, I mean, we've grown, we're growing strong, and got a lot of work, and we put in a lot of kitchens and take care of a lot of people as best we can. So the stone industry, it's kind of an expensive product. It's the labor is expensive. It takes a lot. So there's quite a few granite shops, and it's somewhat reputation that it's kind of easy to cut corners and things like that. And so there's plenty of the businesses out there that do what we do that might take advantage of people. And so when we first started, our principle was to want to set ourselves apart from that and bring in a completely different experience for homeowners as well as builders. And we were just sitting around and thinking about what we wanted to name it and still be able to communicate that. And actually, Jennifer, she spoke up and said, what about integrity? And so it clicked, it resonated, and we didn't question it. We went forward with that because that spoke exactly what we were hoping to with our business and what our plans were to make it work. So applying it, there's plenty of situations where it's not a perfect world. We're not perfect people. Things don't work out absolutely perfect every time. And so there's plenty of opportunity to where we get to come in and correct things. And so there's opportunity where, it can be either shortcut, and that's kind of what, the industry reputation is. And so we wanted to be different. So applying it and having that chance is basically taking care of customers. Even if it creates more expense for us or really kind of wrecks our schedule, which is probably, one of the biggest things. But just coming in and making things right and people see that, they recognize it. And, when it's said and done, we don't necessarily do it for bragging rights or for anything like that, but when we're finished and we take care of a situation that certainly could be our fault, sometimes we fix things that's not our fault, the best outcome at the end is for those customers to be so excited that they want to brag to everybody about us. And so over the years, we've grown significantly, and we don't advertise. And it's just from friends of friends. And I think, a lot of that has to do with how we've handled situations and how we follow through to make sure that what we feel like is the best that we can.
I think, building on what he said, issues come up, but the question is, how do you handle it? And wanting to trust, feeling like you can trust the people that are in your home, all the people that work for us. We know them. We trust them completely. There's a lot of contractors that come in and don't finish jobs. We've all, heard stories about that, and people have experienced that. But we wanted to make sure that we communicated that was not going to be our experience. And we even have it's a stone display in our showroom that says, integrity, and says, the quality of being honest and fair. And we have that on display when you walk in the front door. That's the first thing that you see. Just making a statement that this is our commitment to you. This is what we're going to do, and we're going to follow through.
So for me, I think integrity is a decision. I think it's a choice that we can make. And when you're put in circumstances that want to test your character, you got options. And so when I think of a nation, I think of a nation that's built up of individuals. And integrity, I think, brings us to a place of respecting others. And I think we can all look around and see the climate of our nation and probably wish that it was different in a lot of ways. And I think if we all could start with ourselves and have the opportunity to be part of something that can change things or atmospheres of our environment by making decisions of respecting other people, I think that kind of will wrap up integrity. If we would stand with integrity and demonstrate that to one another, as they say, if you want to change the land, start with yourself. And I think that is one reason why it's important, because of the areas in our country that just need help right now, that need intervention. And if it can start with us, then I'm excited to be part of that plan. I think that's something to be excited about, that we all can take advantage of, is making those decisions willingly.
Mm-hmm. I think sometimes for me personally, when I watch the news or I see the political climate in our country, I get overwhelmed and I want to pull back. I want to walk away from that because I feel like there's nothing that I can do. What difference can I make? You see all these things that are wrong with it, the lack of integrity in our politicians in our election and on down and down. But realizing that the one thing that I can do is start with me. The one thing that I can do is show love and integrity to my neighbor, to our clients, to our friends, and being that, we the people, that's me, that's you, that's my kids, that's instilling that virtue in them, beyond any political party or affiliation. It's above that, and it should be within all of us.
Yeah, and I would add to that it's a community effort too. It may be it's the choice that I have to make with the circumstances that I face, but it's a community. Like if there's a group of us, which I know there is, that wants to see change and that wants to see the political atmosphere and climate come back to what would be normal. Yeah, I think we the people, as we collectively join together, that speaks volumes. And as we the people are demonstrating integrity, that makes big differences. That makes changes.